Have you ever noticed how a relationship never explodes all at once? People talk about breakups like they're one big dramatic moment, like one fight, one betrayal is what ends everything. But that's not how it happens. The truth is, emotional destruction comes slowly and quietly. It doesn't kick down your door. It sneaks in, sits down on the couch, and starts taking small pieces of the relationship while nobody's paying attention. At first, everything looks fine from the outside. You still text each other good morning, still watch movies together, still post photos smiling like everything's perfect. But deep down, something's shifting. The energy changes. The words feel heavier. The silence lasts longer. One person stops feeling safe, opening up, and the other starts noticing that safety is gone. See, every man in this room who's ever been through real emotional destruction knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's that moment when you realize she's not listening to understand anymore. She's listening to defend. It's when every conversation turns into a scoreboard. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who hurt? Who first? That's when the relationship stops being a team and starts being a war zone. And the saddest part is that most couples don't even realize they're already fighting to survive. You can't build love on resentment. You can't keep a connection alive in a space where both people feel unheard. Because what keeps a relationship alive isn't the happy moments. It's how you both handle the painful ones. That's where emotional destruction begins, in the way pain is handled. A lot of men don't see it coming because we're taught to be tough. We tell ourselves, it's just a bad phase. It'll pass. So we swallow it, we hide it, we play it cool. We don't say what's really bothering us because we don't want to sound weak or emotional. But that silence becomes poison. And she feels it too, even if she doesn't say it. Women are emotional creatures. They feel the temperature of a relationship before they can explain it. And when that warmth disappears, when she starts feeling unseen, unwanted, or unheard, she doesn't always confront it directly. Sometimes she just withdraws. She'll still be there physically, but emotionally, she's halfway out the door. You'll notice it in the small things. She used to text you back right away. Now she waits hours. She used to share her thoughts, her dreams. Now she just says, I'm fine. She used to look at you like you were home. Now she looks past you. That's what emotional destruction looks like. It's not fireworks. It's slow erosion. And then comes the stage where both people start testing each other. She starts pulling away to see if you'll chase. You start pulling away to see if she'll care. Now you're both standing there, waiting for the other to make a move, while love quietly bleeds out between you. The sad truth is, most people don't realize they're destroying something good until it's already gone. They think distance will fix resentment. They think silence will bring peace. They think walking away will make the pain stop. But all it really does is bury the wound deeper. Men don't talk about this enough. We talk about being cheated on, being left, being disrespected. But we don't talk about being emotionally drained. We don't talk about the slow death of a man who keeps trying to love someone who no longer feels him. We don't talk about what it does to your mind when you're still showing up, but she's already gone in her heart. That's the kind of pain that doesn't leave scars on your body. It leaves scars on your self-worth. It makes you question if you were ever enough. It makes you quieter, colder, harder. You start building walls so no one can ever hurt you like that again. And then, years later, you meet someone new. Someone who might actually want to love you, right? But you don't let them. Because that old destruction is still living inside you, whispering that getting close is dangerous. That's the long-term damage of emotional destruction. It doesn't just end one relationship. It ruins how you show up for the next one. Now, let me be real. It's not always the woman's fault. Sometimes the man becomes the destroyer too. He stops showing up emotionally. He gets comfortable. He stops doing the little things that made her feel chosen. He starts assuming she'll always be there until she's not. And when she finally pulls away, he calls her cold or heartless. But the truth is, she's not cold. She's exhausted. You can only pour from your heart for so long before it runs dry. Men need to understand this. Women don't break emotionally overnight. They break slowly. They break after too many "I'm fine" moments. After too many times feeling invisible. After too many nights lying next to a man who's physically there, but emotionally miles away. So when she finally leaves, it's not sudden. It's the final result of 1,000 quiet heartbreaks. And women need to understand this. Two men don't go cold because they don't care. They go cold because they feel powerless. Because they've tried to express, to fix, to lead, and nothing changed. So they shut down. Not out of cruelty, but out of exhaustion. That's emotional destruction in its purest form when love turns into survival. When both people stop trying to be understood and start trying not to get hurt. If you're sitting here right now, thinking, that's where I'm at, let me tell you something real. You can't save something that both people aren't willing to fight for. You can't carry a relationship on your back while the other person is emotionally checked out. Love is only strong when both people are choosing it every day, even when it's uncomfortable. But here's the flip side. Sometimes emotional destruction is the thing that wakes you up. Sometimes you have to lose something real to finally understand what real love requires. It teaches you that love isn't about constant happiness. It's about constant effort. It's about communication when it's hard. It's about humility when you want to be right. It's about fighting for connection instead of control. The men who truly grow from emotional destruction are the ones who don't run from it. They study it. They sit in that pain long enough to understand what went wrong, what they could have done differently, and what they'll never tolerate again. That's how you turn destruction into power. Because every man who's ever loved deeply and lost knows this truth. Pain is a brutal teacher, but it's a damn good one.